If you're following Depp vs. Heard, you must know Johnny Depp's won his defamation case in Virginia against Amber Heard, and she owes him over $8 million. The thing is, she was spotted not too long ago, maybe about 24 hours ago, something like that, in a private jet. So this is from page 6. It's called Amber Heard Spotted Getting Off Private Jet After Johnny Depp Trial Loss. Now, some people speculate, well, why is she using that money? She owes it to Johnny. But the better question is someone paying for it? So let's take a look at this. And, well, we've got a speculation. No answer right now, but it's pretty interesting. Here we go. So someone took this picture of her getting out of the jet into a car with a driver, of course, who's also being paid, I'm sure. This marks the first time the actress has been spotted out and about since losing an ex-husband Johnny Depp's defamation case against her. And I'll never get tired of hearing that. So I guess this is the best they got as far as pictures. She looks kind of happy in one of them, kind of concerned in the other. I guess that's her natural mode, is like a mix of emotions. She's happy, she's sad, she's angry, she's calmed down, whatever it is. The Aquaman actress 36 wore a black blouse and slacks as she stepped out of the aircraft and into a luxury SUV waiting at Washington, D.C. airfield. TMZ reported that Heard took meetings in New York earlier in the day, flying from New Jersey to DC and then making her way back to Virginia. She was accompanied by at least 4 Entourage members, including her sister, Whitney Heard. And they say Whitney Heard. Her actual married name is Henriquez, but I personally also like to say Heard as well. Because we're not concerned with her actual real name. We want it to be clear that it's Amber's sister who's with her and supporting her, and that she's one of the few people that's really, at least in public, by Amber's side all the time, agreeing with her and things like that. And they also speculate here, like we are doing, why did she decide to take this private flight when she could have just taken something much cheaper? Unless, of course, someone's paying for it. Don't say it. I know what you're thinking. Elon Musk comes to mind, but we've got no proof. And here's what I keep saying about that. Think about how much money he loses from doing something silly like smoking a blunt on Joe Rogan. He lost like $2 billion. Imagine how much he'd lose if he was seen or found out to be connected with Amber. He'd lose a ton. So for that reason alone, I think he's playing it really safe and probably not getting involved. That's my theory and opinion on that. Plus, he's really busy and has a bunch of other things going on. All right, got a little sidetracked. Let's keep going. I guess this is the best shot they got, possibly. In her first post-trial statement, the Pineapple Express star referred to the verdict as a setback for women. The disappointment I feel today is beyond words. I'm heartbroken that the mountain of evidence still was not enough to stand up to the disproportionate power, influence, and sway of my ex-husband, she said. I gotta know what evidence. I haven't seen it yet. I watched a lot of the trial. So have people I know. Alright. I guess it's some imaginary evidence. I'm even more disappointed with what this verdict means for other women. Not sure why they printed that. This is in order. I clipped this out. So, all right, page 6. Kind of odd. And they say Heard's team followed up a statement because Johnny said on TikTok he was moving forward. As Johnny Depp says he's moving forward, women's rights are moving backward, a spokesperson for Heard said in a statement. The verdict's message to victims of domestic violence is be afraid to stand up and speak out. As Heard continues to air her grievances with the system, Depp has been snapped globetrotting since his big win, most recently in England as he was escorted out of a hotel while fans screamed for his attention, which will happen wherever he goes. He's Johnny Depp. He's been on the scene in movies and music for 35 years or more or something, so that's a given. And Greg Ellis also tweeted about this. If you don't know who he is, he's Johnny's friend. He's also in Pirates movies, and he is no fan of Amber. Also, the real Laura B tweeted about this. If you don't know her, she's a big player. She's got a whopping 57,000 followers on Twitter right now, which is awesome because before this case, she had about 10,000. She skyrocketed. She was in Virginia, and she's one of the people who's most on top of this case and has been for years. She says she made powerful friends when they believed her and could ride their cause on Johnny's name. Seems someone in New York City and DC took meetings with her. Wonder if they sent a jet to get her. Need to keep an eye out. And I think that's the perfect thing to think. Obviously, we can't say. The meetings are an indication that whoever might be helping her, she met with. and gotta keep eyes out on this thing. I think there's this general feeling for some people in the community, which a lot of creators and YouTubers had before the case, was that when the case ended, well, it's all over. What now? We're going to have to move on, this and that. But the fact is, it seems like Amber's side and people on her side are fighting even harder and trying to smear Johnny and putting these fake narratives out. So it's actually pretty important to keep following. As far as Depp, that's a little different. He's got his music, he's got his life. He could just stay out of it. So following him is a little bit different, more on the fun side, and that's good. But on her side, like when we see things like this, gotta speculate, gotta find out what's going on here at some point. As far as page 6 now, it seems like they are pretty pro Amber. I've been doing this for over 2 years now, so all these names of articles and things like that are in my head, and I've got a good idea of who's on Amber's side and Johnny's side. But this is a reminder here that page 6 seems pretty Amber. If you're not subscribed here, consider it. I'm doing Depp vs. Heard, pop culture, stuff like that. This is actually an American Eagle shirt, and the way I'm sitting, I can't have it in the screen the whole time. It's really annoying, but once in a while, I wear something decent. If you're not subscribed here and you don't subscribe, I guess it'll be sad, but I'll get over it, make a new video, something like that. See you next time.